The person, be it gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel, must be intolerably stupid. Life seems but a quick succession of busy nothings. Selfishness must always be forgiven, you know, because there is no hope of a cure. An unhappy alternative is before you, Elizabeth. From this day you must be a stranger to one of your parents. Your mother will never see you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins, and I will never see you again if you do. A lady's imagination is very rapid, it jumps from admiration to love, from love to matrimony in a moment. There is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Nobody minds having what is too good for them. A large income is the best recipe for happiness I ever heard of. Is not general incivility the very essence of love? Nothing ever fatigues me, but doing what I do not like. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune, must be in want of a wife. You must learn some of my philosophy. Think only of the past as its remembrance gives you pleasure. Those who do not complain are never pitied. It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. How quick come the reasons for approving what we like. There are people, who the more you do for them, the less they will do for themselves. For what do we live, but to make sport for our neighbors and laugh at them in our turn? To flatter and follow others, without being flattered and followed in turn, is but a state of half enjoyment. Business, you know, may bring you money, but friendship hardly ever does. Laugh as much as you choose, but you will not laugh me out of my opinion. There are certainly not so many men of large fortune in the world, as there are pretty women to deserve them. I always deserve the best treatment because I never put up with any other. My sore throats are always worse than anyone's. Happiness in marriage is entirely a matter of chance. Next to being married, a girl likes to be crossed in love a little now and then. It is something to think of. Surprises are foolish things. The pleasure is not enhanced, and the inconvenience is often considerable. To be fond of dancing was a certain step towards falling in love. To sit in the shade on a fine day, and look upon verdure is the most perfect refreshment. One cannot have too large a party. Indulge your imagination in every possible flight. It is always incomprehensible to a man that a woman should ever refuse an offer of marriage. There are as many forms of love as there are moments in time. One cannot be always laughing at a man without now and then stumbling on something witty. The more I know of the world, the more I am convinced that I shall never see a man whom I can really love. I require so much. Life seems but a quick succession of busy nothings. It is very difficult for the prosperous to be humble. Friendship is certainly the finest balm for the pangs of disappointed love. I do not want people to be very agreeable, as it saves me the trouble of liking them a great deal. Next to being married, a girl likes to be crossed in love a little now and then. Single women have a dreadful propensity for being poor, which is one very strong argument in favor of matrimony. Without music, life would be a blank to me. Those who do not complain are never pitied. Laugh as much as you choose, but you will not laugh me out of my opinion. Give a girl an education and introduce her properly into the world, and 10 to 1 she has the means of settling well, without further expense to anybody. There are people, who the more you do for them, the less they will do for themselves. I have not the pleasure of understanding you. Marriage is indeed a maneuvering business. They are much to be pitied who have not been given a taste for nature early in life. One man's style must not be the rule of another's. It's been many years since I had such an exemplary vegetable.